So I wanted to welcome everybody in. I have Cara from Pagan Crafting in. All her links will be in the description. And this is set to air on December 25th. So all of you watching, if you have time to watch today, Merry Christmas. Are you celebrating on Christmas Day? Or do you have
Only
family
with my
coming in?
mom, because I think if I didn't, she would understand.
Mhm.
But we celebrate on the
Oh,
21st. That's our week. But we only exchange one gift between my daughter and myself. It's just the two of us, and it has to be handmade.
oh, I
So
love
that's
that.
that's the only rules, and it's just one gift each, and it's been our tradition. So we started that when she was first born.
I love that.
Well, she wasn't
My
making
daughter
good
and
for me
I,
when she was first
we've
born.
always wanted to do, I know, we've always wanted to do a handmade Christmas, but then the guys are like, well, what are we going to make? I'm like, I don't
Oh my
know, do like
gosh,
a
they got
kitchen
skills.
holder or, the guys are
Well, my
hard to
dad started
do.
that years ago with my dad and my stepmom. They just hit a certain age and they said, we got what we need. And if we need it, we'll get it. And
Yeah,
most of the stuff they need, it might be a little more costly. We didn't know what the heck to get him. So he made up, he called it old fashioned Christmas. And everybody had to do, again, one gift and it had to be handmade. So my dad was a carpenter. I got a dollhouse one year.
oh my goodness, I
And
would
he
love
made it to
it.
the size of my Barbie. So there was like 4 rooms and it was all made with love. And my stepmom was the interior designer.
Nice.
So
Oh,
it
so
was
you had a fancy one. I
the
had the
fancy one.
Barbie dream home,
The
but
pink one with the elevator.
mine was plastic.
I
Yeah,
always wanted that one. It's a good one.
plastic and cardboard. I would have rather had the wood one.
Now they have the Monster High dolls for the next generation, for the witchy generation, right? So cool.
Yep. Yep. I don't have any grandbabies yet, so I haven't kept up with all of that, the new stuff coming out, but hopefully soon we'll have grandbabies.
Not for me.
And
I'm not ready yet.
no,
My
no.
daughter's
I'm
18.
I'm embracing my gray.
Oh,
I
me
want to be
too.
a
I
crone.
stopped coloring my hair blonde and I have
Oh, I
4.
love it.
I think I have 4.
4?
That's it, and I'm
I don't even.
50.
Good for you. I grayed early.
Oh, lucky. I want my
Mhm.
gray. I stopped because
Oh,
I
you
used to, you
do
can
want
see
your
the
gray?
remnants of my lighter color,
Yeah.
but I stopped coloring my hair and let it grow because I'm just like, I want to see the gray. I want to go gray. I want to go white,
Oh,
but
yeah. I always
nothing's
wanted
happened
like a
yet.
witch's stripe, like Lori Cabot had a witch's stripe on the side of her head.
Oh,
But mine's not coming in that way, I don't think. Oh, well.
my friend of mine, she's Latina, so she's got the
I
side
love
that comes out. Looks so awesome.
I know, I love that. Oh, so
Embrace our grays.
I know, yes. Well, I want to bring back the word crone. Like, I think I offended somebody this week when I invited them in. Um, and she said, I'm not a crone yet. I'm only 35. And I was like, oh no, like, I didn't mean to insinuate that you're old. It's
No,
just
it's
for
just
all of us that are,
embracing. Because like
yeah.
menopause isn't even talked about. There's certain things that we go through the change 3 times in our life.
Yeah.
So we have
Yeah.
like literally 3 stages, and it's some things it's not supposed to be talked about. But we just got to embrace the inner future crone.
Hmm. Yep. Well, that's why, we wanted to start this channel because there's magical stuff we can do for like when we're feeling low energy or, it doesn't even have to be just vitamin D or, getting out in the sunshine, sniffing lemon, essential oil, all those things that we do. But you can do magic for all of that. And it really does help. So we figured we'd bring the medical and the magical together.
And it's
We
needed
haven't done
because
it
it's just we
in
don't
minutes,
have
yeah,
this. We don't have it around.
right.
So it's
Yeah, you
definitely
have
nice
like
to
the
have.
witchy community and then the medical community, but you don't have a mix.
Well, look at the
Um,
herb books. You're never going to find a herb of medicinal magical use in the same book.
No,
So that's
no.
my goal for my, probably I'm going to start, I'd like to start it in 5 years. I've been collecting and drawing, and then I like to put together a herb book.
Oh,
And I'm just going to
oh my
I'm just going to
goodness, that
start
would
it
be
small as
beautiful.
like Western, um, it'd be kind of like the Pacific Northwest. So it would include the states, California, then going up Alberta and British Columbia, because that's what I
Oh
know. And
yeah.
then I'll have to research and then research for the rest going
Yeah.
out east.
Yeah. Now you forage a lot,
I
right?
don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
my apothecary, I'm pretty proud of it. It's, I'd say 80% forage now versus it used to be almost the opposite way. Then
That's
there's a little
mine.
store where I live called Where Fairies Live, and she's got a wall
Oh
of
yeah.
antique mason jars, wide mouth, and just full. And each one has, sometimes I go in
Mm.
looking for certain things, but then I always buy one or two herbs that I've never used yet, or I pick what it means and I bring it back and squirrel it back
Yeah.
home and make stuff with it.
That's an excellent idea for learning herbs you haven't worked with yet. You know,
Just grab one.
learn
And
the
digital
plants.
foraging.
Right.
Have you
Yeah.
Yeah, you just grab your Google, grab your phone. There's the little picture. I taught my mom that too. And I said, take a picture when you're out, because she's a mushroom forager, but
Oh,
there's
she
some
is.
mushrooms
Yeah.
she doesn't know. But we're third
I haven't
generation
attempted that
mushroomers.
much. Oh, yeah. You need the 3 generations. I can do turkey tail, and that's about it so far.
Chaga, you'd
I
be able to
don't,
find that on the birch trees.
is that,
It's not quite
that's
like
on
a mushroom. It's
silver
kind of
birch,
a fungus.
right?
Yeah,
Yes. I have heard of that one.
that one's good
Mm.
in tea. So good for you. But yeah,
Oh,
digital foraging. Sometimes we'll run around with my friend of mine. She'll take pictures and look it up, and then I have my magical book, and she's looking up the medicinal uses of it. And we took pictures, and then we printed them out later because she's not into art journaling. So I'm like, make it just do digital foraging. So we took pictures, and then she wrote it down what the meanings were, and then we looked up the magical uses because she likes more. She's very off grid, like,
oh,
and
yeah.
she's just learning her herbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So, how do you bring spirituality into your life
Oh,
besides
100%
like,
with nature.
oh, yeah.
100%
Yeah.
nature. Everything I can think of, to the plants behind me. I need to nurture. I need to help grow things. Even just the respect from trees, the energy to plants, the animals, to totems, to even when I do journeying, I like more the lower realm and mid realm because I'm with the plants and the animals and I'm on the tree. I don't need to
Mm.
go up into the universe. Except to meet my teacher guide. She gives me shit.
Yeah.
But I think for spirituality
I
for
love
me is
that.
just I do have trinkets and stuff now that I've bought for my healing practice that I like using, tools like my singing bowls, my forks, my drums,
Oh,
my
all the
rattles,
tools
but
are so
all those
pretty.
I've
It's hard
collected and
not to
made.
want. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So before it was I couldn't afford anything when I first started, and I thought you had to have, and then I'm like, no, I'm just
Oh,
gonna go to nature, and I just went for walks and collected things and made stuff, and I think that's how my art, nature, spirituality started. Just a poor
yeah.
kid. I didn't want, and then, but you don't
Plus
need all
it,
that
I
crap.
think, no, I think you're more connected with the tools if you make them too. You know, they're
Mhm.
more a part of you when you make them versus buying them,
I
you
think
know,
so. Like
'cause
your wand,
cotton is
finding a
beautiful.
root or a branch on the ground that has been passed and given. You
Yeah.
don't even have to snap one off. It's just what you forage for on the ground. I love root
Yeah.
magic. You can get some cool
Mm.
beetle-eaten lines in the worm roots,
Oh, I
and
love those. Yes. Bob and I were just talking about that, my husband Bob. And we love when, you know, you saw a piece of wood and you get all the worm lines. I love that.
you think about if you have some
Especially,
bigger pieces, if you do, slice them little cookies and think of sigils, make your own rune set with them.
oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
Oh, making
Yeah,
your
I
own.
tried to craft my own new rune set out of clay and they completely fell apart.
Oh
So I
no,
didn't
you
make
need
a new
polymer
set.
clay.
Yeah, I use that air dry stuff and it's not strong enough. No.
No, not as fun. There's foam clay. It's like the forbidden toffee.
Yeah, I
That's
haven't
so much
seen that
fun.
yet. I'll have to look for that. That looks fun.
It is fun to
That
play with. It's great for ADHers.
looks that would be my new fidget.
Yeah, it is. It's so much fun to make stuff with. It's so
Right?
cool.
That
It
is
takes a little
neat.
longer to dry. It's like 24 to 48 hours, but you can sand it afterwards and everything.
Oh wow.
That's
Oh,
what I
that's
made the
neat.
mushroom stems out of recently. I did some little
Oh,
mushroom video and I had the tops with the paper. And then I
I
did a
love
straw and I just wrapped the foam clay around it and let it dry. So I pushed the lights up through it. So it's nice and
it.
light. So I have them here. So it's super light on the trees.
Yeah. I know I liked how you did the white and then the red over the top. So it was like more translucent looking. It came up
Hmm.
nice. I love that. They look so nice lit up.
My little mushroom
Behind
tree.
you. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
As soon as I heard it was one of the trends this year, I'm like, I'm on it. Like, and I'm
I
not a
love
trend
mushrooms.
finder on YouTube. I hate doing that actually. I stick
Yeah.
away from trends. I'm just like, I was kind of lost for some ideas this year for coming up with some doing some Yule crafts. I'm like, mushrooms, I'm on this. I love mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
I even got them tattooed
Mushrooms.
on me.
Oh, you do? Yeah. There's so many
I don't
ways
know
you
if I
can
can
use
see it in the
mushrooms.
picture. No, it's hard. I got a mushroom here. I
Oh, I
can't
did
get the
see that
camera right.
one.
Yeah, I got
I love
paintbrushes
your
on
sleeve.
me, and I got an
I
Alice
love
in Wonderland theme with, but it's the Mad Hatter. But then
Oh,
he's holding like a
cool.
paintbrush, my tattoo machine, airbrush, and my pinstripe,
Nice.
and then there's just like mushrooms and teacups and everything all the way
Oh my,
through the drink me bottle and tea, and
that's
he
so
painted
cool.
me. He did such a good
Oh
job.
wow. I only have two tattoos, and one you can't even read anymore. So we had this house party, and we had the two tattoo artists come to us, and he wasn't very great, but he was a friend of a friend of a friend. So I was like, whatever. So he did this flower with like all my kids' birthstones as the flower colors. And
Cool.
then yeah, in the stem he did the names, but now that I've aged, you can't read it.
It's a
Like it's
long
all
stem flower
smushed
now.
together. Yeah. Yeah, just one instead of four.
I was doing this. I used to tattoo years ago. I was a master artist, and this one lady wanted a rose tattoo, and I said, "Do you want a short stem or a long stem? Do you want it open or like a bud?" And she's like, "Well, let's go short stem because I'm putting it here. It's going to be a long stem when I'm older."
I
Embrace
love
your
that.
inner crone. Yeah, she
Yes.
did.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I'll have to tell the girls at work that one.
I thought it was awesome.
That is fun. Oh my
Well, you'll have
gosh.
to get a magical tattoo one day.
Yeah.
Do
Well, I
some
have a
intention.
pentacle on my shoulder. My pentacle was the very first one that I got,
Cool.
but that's it. I only have those two. So I've always wanted a sleeve. My son's getting a sleeve.
Oh,
His
I
is
have
off.
2 full sleeves. I love them.
Oh, dude.
I waited till I was probably I think I was 42, 43, and I didn't even have sleeves. I left my arms naked. I used to get teased all the time that I
Oh,
was a tattoo artist with no ink, but I had everything
oh,
kind of
that's
under my
fun.
clothes or on my legs.
Yep.
And I just like, and I have one on my back, but it's a star. It's a unicursal hexagram, one of those magical hexagrams.
Oh,
It's a
oh,
seven
that's
pointed
neat.
star, so it represents the four elements, and then as below, as above, so below. It's really
Oh,
good. I found it in this ancient book about ancient symbols of like all different kinds of cultures, and there's just one area just on stars, and I'm like, I want that tattoo.
oh,
I
yeah,
need to
that's
research
cool.
it.
That's awesome. So you use a lot of art in your
And
magic too, don't
everything, yeah.
you?
The art witchery has really evolved. I started bringing in like I didn't realize sometimes I was bringing in art magic into doing things, but I have even some of my spell books. I start using. I always pick course like you. I like correspondences.
I
I like.
love
It just
correspondence.
makes me happy. I just like everything
Mhm.
coming together. Even if you're doing a simple
Yeah.
spell, let's just grab the color of the candle and just help
Mhm.
boost it a little bit more.
Yep,
A
absolutely.
little
I just
something.
smush it all together and throw it at whatever I'm doing.
But sometimes when you find I'm going to go off track. When I start just grabbing certain things, and then I look up the meanings later, and it's weird. Like all the planetary meanings will almost be the same for the herb.
Oh,
And they're
that's
also
weird.
all have the same element. Would be of course. So I find like, oh, that's interesting. A lot of Mercury fire energy or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comes
It's
in.
when they align, it's like very synchronistic. And it's like, oh yeah, well that makes sense that I felt like I pulled that, wanted to
Yeah, and
pull that
sometimes you just
herb
grab
or whatever.
herbs. I grab herbs out of
Yeah.
my apothecary, and then I do the spell, and I look it up later. Even I'm like, that's so cool. Everything
That is cool.
resonated, or everything.
Yeah.
It helps when you pick intuitively. Spirit will guide you.
Yeah. I've just started practicing that the past few years. I was a Cunningham girl. Everything I wanted for correspondences came out of Cunningham book. So
He's got
I
good stuff, though. Oh,
yeah, it does. But I've learned that you don't have to go by the book. As I get
no.
older, it's just what you feel called to
I
and
found
what
that
makes
too as I
the most.
aged as well. Just where
Yeah.
because before I have the Sabbats by McCoy. I'm looking
Oh
at
yeah.
here, and it's an entire encyclopedia, and it covers each. And then at the back of the book, the correspondences are a witch's dream. It'll have every plant, animal, tree, deity, god, goddess. What
Oh,
else
I
does it
don't
have
have
in
that
there?
one. That's
Colors,
Edane
herbs.
McCoy.
I'm gonna grab it. Give me a
Is that her
second.
name?
Enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's an older author, right? I have
Glenwyn's World Religion. Yes, you're right. I
is
gotta
it?
go this
Oh
way.
yes, I have seen that.
That is probably one of the best books. And then at the back, it'll have the Sabbats, the spells. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm interrupted. Then I'll have this, the Sabbats, and I'll have each one, the Beltane goddesses, Beltane gods, midsummer goddesses, and then all the symbols, the Sabbats. What else we got here? Plants, and then I'll have the meaning of the plants. The wisdom of the crone is apple for Samhain. What do we got for Yule?
Oh wow.
Rebirth of God, honoring the triple goddess, return of the sun of the waxing year, new year, non-Celtic new year.
I'm writing this down.
Taboos, activities, stones, foods.
Nice.
It has been that book I think I've had since the 90s. I wish I dated them when I picked them up. I'm starting to, because I always write my names in books.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And now I'm starting to date when I bought the book.
Oh, I know. I wish I had done that too. I just got a book out the other day to do the astrology live because I have no clue. I'm gonna dive into True Sidereal versus the Western.
Cool.
And all I have is Western books, but the first book I ever got was 82.
Right. Yeah.
I was 12.
I took an astrology. I got a diploma in astrology in my 20s because I wanted to be a profiler at the time. So, and I ran across this elderly lady that was a profiler. She used to be one of the best for Canada. And I told her, I said, I want to do, can I ask you some questions? So I was asking her questions about her. She's like, I'm going to give you a hint. If you like astrology, she knew I was a witch. She goes, get a certification in astrology. You'll be able to profile. If you happen to know the birth date of the criminal, you can profile them. She goes, think of a cancer. I remember her saying this. She's like, cancers are crabs, they're shells, they're caves, they're underneath. So where is a cancer male going to be, or a criminal? They're going to live in the basement.
Yeah.
They're going to be probably renting a basement suite. Think of something like that. Or they're going to be secluded. They're going to be isolated. So
that's awesome.
So I learned that way. Like Western astrology originates from actually Egypt, and before that was Babylonian. Babylonian had 8 signs, and then it was Egypt says, well, there's actually 12 months. We're going to go with 12. So Western astrology is actually Egyptian.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really neat. I learned that. I haven't
read the books yet. I didn't know if I should read them. I've thumbed through them and used them as correspondences and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never read them. And
now I'm the same way with books.
Are you? Yeah, oh my gosh. I'll say, oh, I want to read this, and then I'll buy it and then not read it. It'll just sit
I
on my
like
shelf.
buying books and holding them. They're like my treasure.
I know.
But see, when I was younger too, I bought books because there wasn't anything out there. So once it became in my late 20s, mid 30s, then there was books coming out for the metaphysical side. And I was so hungry for knowledge and I was soul practitioner that I bought so much. And now I just more, they're look up books. And now I like, except for my Sabbath books and a couple other things, but I don't really use it much anymore. Everything's by intuition, how you're going. You don't need, I don't do spells out of books. My spells
No.
involves paint. That's what we were saying
Right.
before.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I'll
Art.
bring in the
Yeah.
paint and I'll just finger paint. And I'm like, okay, I want this one to go
Oh,
this way and I want this flow. And then I'll start writing power words and get
yep.
into a
That
trance
must be,
state.
that's it. Yeah. It's like an active meditation, right? I do that with
Mhm.
my crafting.
That's right,
Yeah.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's so relaxing too. You can
Hmm.
just let everything go away and you just craft or do your art. It's great.
It feels so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love crafting and painting and drawing.
So you were trained as an artist?
No, everything
Or
was
you
self-taught.
self-taught?
I never
Good
went
for
to
you.
school for it. I
That's cool.
started taking some stuff in school and I did some classes at a university just to try it out. And I was 12 actually. My mom put me in and
Wow.
I was very bored. I was already
Oh,
doing a
yeah.
lot of this stuff already, what they were teaching. It was cool in the models to do the live models and draw and paint off that. That was exciting.
Oh, you got to do that too? Oh, that would be
Yeah,
fun.
that was neat
That would be
to
fun. I
but I
can't draw worth anything.
but
I'm
there's
not
art in everything, like even stitching witching, like even
oh,
creating like knitting or finger crocheting. There's a lot of magic that can go into that with
right.
every
Yeah.
stitch.
Yeah, I guess I consider myself more crafty than artsy.
Hmm.
'Cause if I have to draw something or paint something that looks like anything, I can't do it. But
There's
if it's
different.
crafting, I can do it.
I love crafting. I do it all the time too.
I know. I know. I'm your biggest fan.
Yay!
Like, yay, I love that technique. I'm going to steal it.
Yeah, for sure. You just got, and then it gives you ideas and run with it. And sometimes like I try to use what I have at home, and if I don't have it, then what else can I use? So you wind up changing it up and
Right. That's
just
what
try to
I'm doing
use.
now. Going through all my paper crafting, and I have so much paper. I'm going to make a bunch of books and send them out, hopefully.
That'd be cool.
I love junk journals.
I love junk journals.
My
They're
favorite.
so cool. You can make some PDF downloads
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that would
put
be
to have
fun.
the inserts with them too. Then your channel members can get you either buy your books or make their books.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. I have bought some of those off of Etsy. Yeah, those
Wow.
digital journal kits. Some of them are
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah,
Yes.
they're beautiful.
Some people have some mad skills.
Yeah. How did you say you went to a witches weekend or something?
Yeah, we had this one
Yeah.
was a little different. Uh it was like
Mhm.
first I was
Up on
supposed to
my
go
phone.
to an adopted witch charity. I never made it to that one.
Oh,
But
no.
that's the one I think I emailed you about. So yeah, so we never
Oh,
made it to that one. That one we have a program with Alberta Witches Association. That's my province here. And they have once a year where they match witches together. So the witch in need and a supporting witch. And they
that is
always give you a gift
yeah.
certificate for a hamper for some
Oh,
groceries.
oh,
And
nice.
then whatever the other witch wants to help you out. So if the other witch is supporting witch is, look, I can financially maybe give $50 or $100, or you have children, I have extra money, maybe I can buy some presents for your kids if they don't have.
Oh, I
And so
love
they
that.
had a successful. So they had cocktails with Krampus. They had Krampus dinner.
Fun.
They had a silent auction, and then they
Wow.
had donations by. They had vendors. That each one of the vendors would donate something for the silent auction too. And then the
That's
weekend
so
before that, we
good.
went to a soup party. A bunch of pagans and witches and shamans and indigenous spiritual people. We were
Yeah.
all together and we all brought a soup and we shared.
Oh,
There was
fun.
like 100 little tiny soup bowls and we all shared soup. And then I'm like, I always got to bring a craft. So we painted
Yeah.
feathers. So I brought
Oh,
paints and
nice.
paintbrushes. And then my friend of mine got gifted a big, big box of all kinds of feathers from goose to down. What else was there? Crane. There's some crane feathers in there.
Oh my
There's
gosh, where did you
some
get them?
Canada geese feathers in there. So they were painted up really nice.
That's
We just
awesome.
sat and giggled and
Yeah.
had our
Oh,
soup. And
we don't have a big witch community here in New
ours
Hampshire.
was
Well,
a fluke.
over in the coast, but
Yeah, see,
that's
ours in Alberta was started by Amy and her husband, and they just wanted to get some witches together first. They started kind of a Facebook group, and then it turned into then they have witch stock every year in August.
ooh, fun.
It's just classes and meditations and drummings and
Oh my
vendors
gosh,
and markets and dancing and then at the
to
end there's
camp
a
out.
band, there's a pagan band, and it's the
Oh,
coolest
fun.
thing ever I've ever experienced.
That's
And
awesome.
it's
Do you
all
camp
camping.
out? Oh, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's so fun. I went to Witchypalooza the first year Jen had it, and
Oh
that was
wow.
fun. Yeah, there was like I think there was 9 or 10 of us YouTubers there. So that was fun, just meeting everybody in person, you know.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Because I've
Yeah.
developed some really cool friendships the past couple years in the witchy community. Because I was a
I know.
YouTuber for a lot longer. I had my tarot channel, but then I just I got a little burnt out, and then I got kind of bored of the same questions. And then pagan
Yeah.
crafting, I'm just like, what do I got here? What can I make? I got all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
It evolved.
So do you still use tarot in your practice though?
Oh yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I have even
Oh,
a
good.
box of divination items to. I have a tarot room. I have about 109 was my last count decks.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I
You're a
built a
collector.
stand, and the stand goes all the way up, and it has all the
That's
decks. I'll have to post a picture on
so
our
fun.
group.
Oh yeah, please do. That would be fun to see. I'm not a collector yet. I think I have maybe 20 decks between tarot and oracle.
I got a little obsessed when I got my channel going. It came an obsession. It was ridiculous. I had nothing. It was COVID times and nothing else to spend
So
my money on. I
easy.
started ordering decks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a perfect time to do that though. There was nothing else to do.
Yeah, my channel did very well. I
That's
did. I
good.
had a blast. I had such a great community, really great people. I did a lot of lives. Then I was
Oh,
doing lives like 5 times a week, and I got tired. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah. I get so nerve wracked when I have to go on live. I don't know why. I'm more comfortable now, but
Excellent.
yeah.
That's good too. Yeah, I find
Usually
my first ones it
drinking.
was easier. I was crafting.
I know. Oh, yeah, we should definitely do a crafty thing. I
That'd
like
be
the
cool.
casing idea.
So we were
Yeah.
talking about right before we started recording, we started thinking of something we can craft together, and we're thinking about doing keys together, enchanting a set
Mhm.
of keys for your cars, not just a keys like every witch loves an old fashioned key, antique
Right?
keys.
Oh my gosh, I know. Where are my keys? My Hecate keys are always right with
The
me.
Hecate keys are just right over there. Yeah! Oh my gosh, that's cool. See,
Oh,
all witches love old keys. Open up doors,
keys, bottles, boxes. Oh my goodness. So
bottles,
many things. I have so many
jars.
bottles. It's ridiculous. You can only do so many jar spells too. So I don't know why I have to save all the jars. But
It's in your DNA. It's in your witch DNA.
I think so. Oh my gosh.
We don't
There's
know
no
why
way
we
to
do just blame it on
avoid
the
it.
witch DNA.
I know. Oh my gosh. what spirituality wisdom for new-ish witches, I guess, or like I know a lot of people 50 or like even at like 35. I know a brand new witch at 35. What is your like wisdom that you want to share? Do
Don't
you
buy
have any
anything.
nuggets that
Don't buy
huh?
anything.
Don't buy don't buy anything.
Yeah, going back, I think what we were talking about earlier is just just go back to nature, go for a walk. If you're a city witch, go to a park. You know, you can get little leaves and branches and things that have been fallen and pine cones. You can find your own wand
Right.
there. You can
Yeah.
find anything in the forest and drive outside the city, even a half an hour outside the city, go for a walk. There's always parks around places if you live in a big
Oh
city,
yeah.
but smaller
Yeah.
towns, it's
Nature
even better.
trail.
You don't
Yeah.
have to worry
Even
about
bike
any park
trails.
laws.
Yeah. Do you have any bike trails? We have
Lots of
like
them.
paved. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
actually, in
are good.
my city, I'm quite blessed. We have bragging rights for two things, actually. One of them's not a blessing, but one of them is we have the most parks in all of Canada in one city.
Oh,
So
oh,
literally,
that's
I can walk
good.
across the street, and I foraged for my blue fur here, and I made some crafts
Oh,
with that. Um,
nice.
Their second bragging rights were the murder capital of Canada.
Oh no,
But we're
that's
very
not.
happy. We have lots of parks. But
Is
this
that
like
is that
everything's in walking distance.
do the murders happen in the parks? Is that why it's the murder capital?
I don't think so.
Does
No,
it
I
go
think it'd be
hand
more
in
the
hand?
northeast side of in the ghetto of our city.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's pretty bad there. You don't go to the
oh,
parks there after hours. As soon as it gets dark,
no,
it's like fun and happiness and families and dogs and people during the day and people
yeah.
playing like golf frisbee and going on walks and then and then at night it's just like it's different breed of people.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I haven't
so
been to a
sad.
city like that. I haven't been to a city.
No, I'm glad I don't live anywhere near that neighborhood, thankfully. I live
Oh,
in a
that's
really beautiful neighborhood. I got great neighbors. We help each other shovel and we
oh,
give each
that's
other
nice.
presents. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, takes a village to get through a day,
It
especially when
does.
it's snowing. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Do you guys have snow already?
Yes, yes, we
Oh,
do.
yeah,
But it keeps
we do.
melting. We've been having a very, very, very mild winter.
Us too. Yeah, all of our snow's almost gone.
Yeah,
We've
it
gotten
snows a
like
bit, then it
5 or
melts. Then it snows a
6 inches.
bit and melts.
Yeah, weird. Hopefully we'll have like a white Yule. I would love to go out and do a fire, in the fire
Oh,
pit. Yeah, that would be fun.
we got a little one of those. My yard's so small, we can't have a fire pit, but we have one of those propane rings that
Oh
we
yeah,
use and we enjoy all the time.
that'll work.
Yeah, but
That will
yeah,
do a Yule
back like
ritual.
with your question you were asking there, I think for me is just not buy anything, get back to nature for
Yeah,
every
make it
witch and
nice.
every witch. Use and I love correspondences, so that's going to be my advice. Match up
Yeah,
things, yeah,
yep.
correspond things, and that it empowers up. It gets more intuition, more energy gets put in.
Mm.
I love it.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, I think it's more powerful when you go with what you're feeling versus what the book tells you.
I
So that's
agreed.
awesome. Awesome advice. Thank
I
you.
had a candle magic book, and every single spell I tried in there never worked. And now, yet, all my spells that I do with my own candles that I either pour or I just anoint work every
Mhm.
time. But all the ones out of the book, some of them
No.
were 7 day spells. I had to move it forward
Oh,
1 inch
yep.
each day. That I remember
Oh,
that
those
one.
take so much time
Yeah.
too. You should think all that energy that you do put in, it would still go, but maybe you gotta write it yourself.
Yeah, I like it that way. Yeah, like you said, as we get older, it's just more what feels right. I find a
Right.
lot of other crones too are more on intuition based, not give a
Mhm.
fuck based.
Right.
They're not aligning suns, moons, Venus with Uranus.
Right.
Doesn't matter sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get in there and do the spell. Don't wait till Thursday.
That's right. Get in there and get dirty. I love that. Oh. Well, thank you so much for coming out today. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry Jen couldn't be here. She was busy today.
No
But,
problem. I had an absolute blast. We have to do this again with an art collaboration. We'll have to get together and discuss that.
Yes, that would be fun. Friends, Merry Christmas. I'm celebrating today.
Happy Yule, and thank you so very much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on. Bye.